You've probably seen loads of commercials for investment opportunities, even right here on this program, but very, very few of those investments are really relevant to the general public. So what about the rest of us? How can one invest in what one wants, even if you're not Joe Gazillionaire? Well, Israeli investment company Cred may just be the solution, and joining me with the details is co-founder and CEO of Cred, Ben Fried. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so I'm excited to hear about this. What does Cred do?
Well, before we started Cred, my co-founders and I were looking for a way to invest our own savings in an investment portfolio that took our interests into account and allowed it for a moderate level of involvement in the investment process. But like most people, we didn't have the $2 million in assets necessary for that wealth management kind of personalized touch.
Sure.
And so what we've built is an investment platform for banks and other asset managers to allow them to really offer this high level of service to a mass market client base.
Okay, so who is this intended for then? Because you make it seem like it's for the consumer, but you just said it was for the banks.
Exactly. So we serve banks in order to allow them to be much more personalized for their clients at the end of the day.
So you're business to client.
Exactly. We're B2B to C, exactly. And so what the problem that banks have, and most of the investment industry in general have been facing, is how do you interface with a client that doesn't want to talk about investing? They don't know what a REIT is or a stock or a bond. And so rather than asking those questions, which are generally a non-starter, what we do is we look at each client on a personal level, and we allow the bank to understand their values, their interests, their background, their demographics, right? And we'll then from the ground up, build an investment portfolio for each client that reflects who they are and maximizes what we call the relevance score for them.
Okay, so how does this work? How does Cred do what Cred does?
Right. So we use machine learning to actually understand what is most likely to give you a portfolio that will allow you to feel comfortable investing in the portfolio.
Okay.
And while we're making sure that it's a more compelling portfolio, how likely are you to want to use this portfolio, we're also tracking it over the long term to make sure that it's a good investment strategy for you as well. So you can kind of have your cake and eat it too, right?
It's like a safer bet, and you don't need the $2 million to start betting.
There you go, exactly.
Wow.
And so you're actually really taking a look at people's lives and speaking the same language, right? You're not using the scary investing language. You're using the language that allows them to really interact and have a conversation with the portfolio. Well, why did you select this company?
Sure.
Why does the portfolio look the way it does? What does this industry do? What are the best companies in clean energy? And once you have that discussion, you're kind of talking about investing, but you're not talking about investing.
Sure.
Right? So it's a different discussion, and it's a much more comfortable way for people to go ahead.
Without the jargon, without
there you go. And it actually improves the conversion rate.
So, okay, my final question, because unfortunately we're running out of time, but where is Cred available today, and where will it be next?
Yeah, thanks. So we're now live with a large bank in Europe, and we're looking to expand to the rest of Europe and to the US. By the way, to that end, we're now taking part in the Barclays Accelerator powered by Techstars, which really gives us huge access both to the financial institutions in Europe that are relevant and to the US market, which is a huge market, of course, for us. And the end users in those markets, of course, are very excited about using our product.
All right, Ben Fried, Cred, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Much appreciated. Thanks.